Hello friends, welcome to my channel Learning Electronics. I want to inform you that as you all know, I used to upload all the lectures in Hindi as well as in English language in this channel of Learning Electronics. But for Hindi language lectures, we have started a new channel which is Learning Electronics in Hindi, and the link for the new channel you will get in the description box below. So please do visit that channel and please do subscribe that channel also. For more updates you can press the bell icon. So before starting this video, please subscribe my channel and also press the bell icon so that you can get more updated videos from here. In this last class, we have already derived the expression for rise time, which is one of the time domain specification. In this class, we are going to derive another time domain specification, that is peak time, which is represented by TP. Peak time is the time required to reach maximum overshoot, or it is the time required to reach peak overshoot. At time t is equal to peak time Tp, the first derivative of the time response is equal to 0. So we use this method to find out the equation for the peak time. The formula for peak time Tp is equal to pi upon omega d, where omega d is called as damped frequency of oscillation and it is equal to omega n into under root 1 minus zeta square. Therefore, Tp can also be written as pi divided by omega n into under root 1 minus zeta square, where zeta is the damping ratio and omega n is the natural frequency of oscillation. We are going to derive this equation for peak time by using the formula of output response of second order control system when the damping ratio zeta is smaller than 1. This equation we have already derived in the previous classes. So for zeta smaller than 1, that is for underdamped case, Ct will be equal to 1 minus e to the power minus zeta omega nt divided by under root 1 minus zeta square into sine of omega dt plus theta. So according to the definition of the peak overshoot, at peak overshoot the slope of the time response curve becomes 0. So therefore at peak overshoot this dct by dt will be equal to 0. That means differentiation of ct with respect to time will be equal to 0. First we differentiate this equation of ct with respect to time, then we equate that equation equal to 0. So at time t is equal to peak time Tp, this d by dt of Ct will be equal to 0. So when we differentiate this equation with respect to t, we will get dCt by dt is equal to 0 minus, because the differentiation of a constant value is equal to 0, we are getting 0 here. Then differentiation of this term we have to take with respect to time. We will get minus of e to the power minus zeta omega nt divided by under root 1 minus zeta square cos of omega dt plus theta into omega d. Then minus of zeta omega n into e to the power minus zeta omega nt divided by under root 1 minus zeta square sine of omega dt plus theta. Now we equate this equation to 0 and we put t is equal to peak time Tp. As at t is equal to Tp, d by dt of Ct is equal to 0, we will get this type of equation. We have just put t is equal to Tp in the above equation and equated it to 0. Now since this e to the power minus zeta omega and Tp divided by under root 1 minus zeta square is not equal to 0 because it is a finite value, this term cannot be equal to 0. Therefore, this minus cos of omega d Tp plus theta into omega d plus zeta omega n into sine omega d Tp plus theta will be equal to 0. So when we shift this cos of omega d Tp plus theta to this right hand side, we will get this type of equation. Zeta omega and sine of omega d Tp plus theta is equal to cos of omega d Tp plus theta into omega d. Now we know that omega d is equal to omega n into under root 1 minus zeta square. So when we put the value of omega d, we'll get this type of equation. Now this omega n in the right hand side will be cancelled out with the omega n in the left hand side. Now after cross multiplication we will get sine of omega d Tp plus theta divided by cos of omega d Tp plus theta is equal to under root 1 minus zeta square divided by zeta. Now in this equation we will put zeta is equal to cos theta and under root 1 minus zeta square is equal to sin theta. Then we will get sine of omega d Tp plus theta divided by cos of omega d Tp plus theta is equal to sin theta by cos theta. We know that sin theta by cos theta is equal to tan theta. Therefore, from this above equation, we will get tan of omega d Tp plus theta is equal to tan theta. Okay. So, from this equation, we will get omega d Tp plus theta is equal to theta. Now, this theta and this theta get cancelled out and we will get omega d Tp is equal to 0. Trigonometrically, this equation will be true only if omega d Tp is equal to n pi, where n can take the value 1, 2, 3, etc. Now, from this equation, Tp will be equal to n pi upon omega d. Since omega d is equal to omega n into under root 1 minus zeta square, we will get Tp is equal to n pi upon omega n into under root 1 minus zeta square. But peak time is defined for first peak overshoot. Therefore, at first peak overshoot, n is equal to 1. So, when we keep n is equal to 1 in this equation, we will get peak time Tp is equal to pi upon omega d, which is equal to pi upon omega n into under root 1 minus zeta square. So, from this equation of peak time, we can see that this peak time depends on natural frequency of oscillation omega n and damping ratio zeta. So, hope you have understood the derivation. Thank you very much for watching and please do subscribe my channel for more updates.